Hello friends, welcome to my exam coaching classes once again. So today we have selected a very interesting topic, students. The topic is time and distance. Very common topic for all competitive exams. Okay, so today mainly we will be talking about type 1 questions of time and distance, that is part 1, in which we have to study 3 important parameters and questions will be based on that particular parameters. Okay, so when we talk about time and distance, the 3 important parameters are the number 1, a relation between speed, distance and time. What is the relation between speed, distance and time? That is the first parameter we have to understand. Second, the concept of relative speed, or you can say relative velocity, and then we have to understand the conversion. Conversion means conversion from meter per second to kilometer per hour and kilometer per hour to meter per second. What happens many times, questions are given in meter per second and the final answer you have to find out in kilometer per hour. So you need to find out the conversion, how to convert a meter per second parameter into a kilometer per hour parameter, and similarly vice versa. Like kilometer per hour is given to you in the question and the 4 options are given to you in meter per second. So you need to convert that into meter per second. So that is number 3. And number 2 is we have to find out the concept of relative speed or relative velocity. When we talk about relative speed and relative velocity, it is nothing but the relative speed between 2 trains when they move in the same direction or when they move in the opposite direction. Or you can say the relative speed between 2 moving objects, whether it is train or bus or people or whatever it is. Okay, the relative speed between them when the 2 moving objects, either they are moving in the same direction or they are moving in the opposite direction. Okay, and the first parameter what we used to study is the concept of speed, distance, time and their relation. What is the relation between these 3? Speed, distance and time. Okay, so let us write this first, students, and then we will go to the questions. So what I want to tell you is the first thing, relation between speed, distance and time. We have 3 parameters: speed, distance and time. Speed is normally denoted by S, distance by D and time by T. Okay, but when you that I am talking about in terms of mathematics for concept of speed and distance questions. Otherwise, if you go to physics, distance is S, speed is V, that is velocity, and time is T. So physics concept we don't want here. For simple concept, D for distance, speed for S for speed and T for time. So we have the very important relation between these 3. Distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. Remember only this. If you remember this, you can find out the other 2 relations. What are the other 2 relations? Speed is equal to what and time is equal to what. From here you can find out speed will be equal to distance by time and time is equal to distance by speed. So this is the first parameter, the relation between speed, distance and time. If you know the speed and distance, you can find out time. If you know the speed and time, you can find out distance. And if you know the distance and time, you can find out the speed. So any 2 out of these 3, if you know, you can find out the third. So that's the relation between speed, distance and time. First parameter. What is the second parameter? Second parameter, what? Relative speed or relative velocity. Relative velocity, or you can say relative speed. When we talk about velocity or speed, of both of them are same as far as our mathematics concept is concerned. When we talk about physics, then relative velocity and speed are little different. One is a scalar quantity having only magnitude, one is a vector quantity having magnitude as well as direction. But as far as your competitive exam questions are concerned, we will take relative speed and relative velocity. Both of them are almost same because we need only the magnitude part. Okay, so relative speed, relative velocity, here we will convert it into 2 sessions. First one is what? When 2 objects or 2 moving objects are moving in the same direction, when they are moving in the same direction, then what is the relative velocity? And second case, when they are moving in the opposite direction, approaching each other, then what will be the relative velocity? In the first case, if x and y are the speed of 2 objects, x and y are the speed of 2 objects moving in the same direction, then the relative speed is taken by x difference y, or you can say x minus y. The difference between x and y, that's the relative speed. Either x can be greater or y can be greater. We don't know. Accordingly, we will take the difference, either x minus y or we will take y minus x. So the difference between x and y, that will be the relative speed when they are moving in the same direction. Suppose they are moving in opposite direction, means what? One is approaching the other. When they are moving the opposite direction and x and y are their speed, then the relative speed is taken by x plus y. So this is the second concept. When they are moving in the same direction and when they are moving in the opposite direction. If they are moving in the same direction, then we need to take the difference between them, the difference between the speed. Okay. So either if x is greater, we will take x minus y. If y is greater, we will take y minus x accordingly. And similarly, if x and y are the speeds of two moving objects, and if they move in the opposite direction, one is from here and one is from here. If they are moving opposite direction, means what? They are approaching each other. Then we need to take the total speed of both the objects. That is the summation, sum of the objects. X plus y speed we have to take to get the relative speed. So you understood what is relative speed. The concept of relative speed is two conditions when they are in the opposite direction or when they are moving in the same direction. When they are moving in the opposite direction, then we will take plus. When they move in the same direction, we will take difference. Okay, that's it. And the third parameter is conversion. So when we talk about conversion, suppose 1 kilometer per hour, 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 1 kilometer means 1000 meter, and 1 hour is equal to 60 minute multiplied by 60 second. So 1 kilometer per hour can be written as 1000 meter by 60 into 60 seconds. That means what? 1000 divided by 60 into 60, 3600 second. That is meter per second. 1000 meter per second. So I can cut these two zeros and these two zeros. 10 by 36 I can cut with 5 and 18. That means what? 1 kilometer per hour I can write it as 5 by 18 meter per second. So I got 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. Very, very important concept. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So you understood how to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. That means if you know 1 kilometer per hour, you can find out 2 kilometer per hour, multiply by 2. If you know 1 kilometer per hour, you can find out 2 or 5 or 10 or any number of kilometer per hour, you can convert into meter per second. What you need to do? You have to multiply that by 5 by 18. Suppose 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second, and 10 kilometer per hour, 10 into 5 by 18 meter per second. 20 kilometer per hour, 20 into 5 by 18 meter per second. 100 kilometer per hour, 100 into 5 by 18 meter per second. So any number of kilometer, it is given in kilometer per hour, and you want to convert that into meter per second, you have to multiply that particular number by 5 by 18. Similarly, if you want to convert from meter per second back to kilometer per hour, then you have to multiply by 18 by 5. So 5 by 18 and 18 by 5. Symbol opposite, that is called reciprocal. Okay, so conversion is what? If you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, you have to multiply that term by 5 by 18, and if you want to convert from meter per second back to kilometer per hour, then we need to multiply by 18 by 5. So these three parameters are very, very important concept before approaching the questions based on time and distance. I hope you understood it. Kindly note this concept, then we will go to some of the very important questions selected from your previous year's question papers. Please note it. Okay, so let us go to our first question today. The first question is here on your board. What is the question? The question is, with a speed of 60 km per hour, a train crosses a pole in 30 seconds. Find the length of the train in meters. With a speed of 60 km per hour, a train crosses a pole in 30 seconds. You need to find out what is the length of the train. Okay, so let me tell you this way. Whenever a train, you can note it. These all are very important concepts based on questions based on train and speed, distance, questions based on train, these concepts are very, very important. Okay, whenever a train crosses a platform, then the total distance covered will be equal to total distance of the total length of the platform plus total length of the train. That is a distance. I repeat, whenever a train crosses a platform is having some length, train is having some length. So a train crosses a platform. That means the total distance traveled by the train will be equal to sum of the length of the platform and length of the train. So length of the platform and length of the train distance, when you add, the total length will be equal to the distance traveled. Second concept, whenever a train crosses a pole or a standing man, is a point object, then the total distance covered will be equal to length of the train. Two very, very important concept. First concept, what? When the train crosses the platform. Second concept, when the train crosses a pole or a man standing in the platform. Both of them are different. Okay, so in the first case, when the train crosses the platform, then the total distance covered, the total distance traveled will be equal to sum of length of the train and length of the platform. Okay, second concept, when the train crosses a man standing in the platform, or when a train crosses a pole in the platform, then the distance traveled by the train will be equal to the length of the train. So these are two very important concepts. So as far as this question is concerned, what is given? The train having speed 60 km per hour crosses a pole in 30 seconds. You need to find out what is the length of the train. Length of the train will be equal to the distance traveled. Okay, so here what is given? Let us write it. Speed is equal to 60 km per hour. We know 60 km per hour can be converted into meter per second. How many meter per second? 60 into 5 by 18 meter per second. Okay, and time taken is equal to 30 seconds. Why we need to convert this into meter per second? Because speed is given in kilometer per hour and time is given in second. So we have to convert that kilometer per hour into meter per second. So this will become time is equal to 30 seconds. Speed is equal to 60 into 5 by 18. We need to find out what is the distance. That will be equal to the length of the train. So distance is equal to what? Speed into time. So speed is how much? 60 into 5 by 18 into time is 30 seconds. So now I can cut this 6 3 times, here 6 10 times, here 3 10 times, here 3 1 time. So this will become 10 into 5 into 10, 10 into 10 100, 100 into 5 500 meters. So 500 meter is the length of the train. 500 meter is the distance covered by the train when the train crosses the pole. So that will be equal to the length of the train. Okay, so the length of the train is equal to 500 meter. Please note it. So these type of questions are called type 1 questions, questions based on time, distance and speed and relative speed or relative velocity. Okay, let us go to our second question. So your second question is here on your board. Find the time taken by a train 180 meters long traveling at 42 km per hour in passing a man walking in the same direction at 6 km per hour. Find the time taken by a train 180 meters long traveling at 42 km per hour in passing a man walking in the same direction at 6 km per hour. So here what is given? Two different speed, the speed of the train and the speed of the man walking, and both of them are in the same direction. So when they are in the same direction, what is the concept of relative velocity? We have already studied. And the distance covered is 180 meters. So distance is given to you. What do you need to find out? The time taken. So time is what we need to find out. So what is given in the question? Speed of train is given. Speed of train is equal to 42 km per hour and speed of man is equal to 6 km per hour. When we have two speeds, we have to take the relative speed. And to take the relative speed, we have two conditions: when they are moving in the same direction and when they are moving in the opposite direction. In this particular question, they are moving in the same direction. When they move in the same direction, then we have to take relative speed is equal to the difference between the given speed. So here relative speed will be equal to 42 minus 6. The difference will be equal to 36 kilometer per hour. But we know 36 kilometer per hour will be equal to 36 into 5 by 18 meter per second. We know how to calculate kilometer per hour into meter per second. So we have to multiply it by 5 by 18. So I can cut it with 18 and 36. How many times? 2 times. 2 into 5, 10. So 10 meter per second. That is a relative speed. 36 kilometer per hour. 36 kilometer per hour. 1 hour, 36 kilometer. That is 1 second, 10 meters. They are relative speed. And distance is given to you. Distance is equal to 180 meter. It is given in the question. What we need to find out? We need to find out the time taken. So time is equal to distance divided by speed. Formula: distance is 180, speed is 10. So this will become 180 by 10 is equal to 18 seconds. So what is the time taken by the train to cross it? The time taken is 18 seconds. So 18 seconds is the correct option. Okay, these type of questions are called type 1 questions. So mainly type 1 questions are questions based on speed, distance and time, basic questions, and relative velocity. Okay, when we go to type 2 questions in the coming video, that is part 2, we will be solving very important concept of upstream and downstream. Okay, upstream and downstream of streams and boats. That we will be studying in the next video. Please don't forget to watch that also. And students, I request you, if you are not subscribed for our channel My Exam Coaching, kindly subscribe. And if any one of you require any study material for your exam preparation, please contact us, and we have a huge discount going on, 90% discount going on now. So you need to pay only 10%, that is 349 rupees only. Okay, so you can order your digital study package now. We will be sending the full video classes, PDF notes, sample papers, worksheets, math shortcut, everything to you. Okay, so we will meet again with a new topic and new videos. Students, take care. Bye bye.